Hi, I'm Néïka Marie. Lately, I've been learning the significance of solitude, and it's been both healing and tragic. This came with a huge change and a complete 180 from the woman that I used to be. If you had asked me before if I love spending time alone, I would have told you that I was the loneliest person to exist. I always wanted friendships, connections, whether it was romantic or platonic. I was always looking for the next thing to distract me from myself, to distract me from my thoughts. And it wasn't beneficial to me. It wasn't healing to me. It wasn't fueling me. And it definitely wasn't doing anything for me. And now that I am here, 22 years old, soon to be 23, I've come to appreciate the greatness that is me and all the ways that I have grown as a person and all the ways that I've discovered so many things about myself just by being with myself. This has also brought me a new appreciation for life as much as it's brought me a new appreciation for self. I no longer have to spend time with people out of loneliness or out of obligation. I spend times with my loved ones because I love them, because they love me, and because I genuinely enjoy their presence and being around them. I no longer put myself in uncomfortable situations that don't work for me to please others. I am not self-serving, but I am definitely selfish in the way that I show up now. And it's not a bad thing. It's also helped me discover a new level of freedom, being able to go places on my own, not waiting on others to come find me or others to invite me. I make the invitation. I show up for myself because I deserve it. I do things because they please me. I do things because they make me happy. With that said, for me, new connection has also been challenging. Because when you have everything within yourself, you don't need to find anything outside of yourself because you are in a state of fulfillment. I highly recommend for any young women or just women in general to find that pleasure in solitude, to dedicate time to self-love, to dedicate time to self-care, no longer spreading yourself thin, to meet deadlines, to meet with others, to meet with people who are temporary or just placeholding in your life or hindering your growth or not consistent in the way that they show up for you. Because if you can be consistent in the way that you show up for yourself, why wouldn't you feel that you deserve that from everyone else around you? I think the whole idea of loneliness is almost socialized into us as young girls from a young age because they have this idea of a fairy tale that in order to live happily ever after, you need to find the love of your life, right? That's part of life. That's stages as it's supposed to go. When you get older, you're supposed to be dating and you're supposed to find somebody that's going to make you the happiest woman to ever be. But that's not the case. And most time, especially in our generation, we've come to see that it's not perfect the way they make it seem like in movies and fairy tales. I'm not saying that love isn't real or that love doesn't exist or that connection is unnecessary, because trust me, now more than ever, we need community, and community is a beautiful thing. But when do they teach us that the true love is found within ourselves? When have they taught us that there is pleasure in self-love? How many times do we see it growing up? Not often. And sometimes even in the environments that we grew up in, it's not something that is displayed to us, a form of self-love, a form of self-care. We don't see a lot of women as models represented in our lives that are alone. And this is why one of my favorite people and persons that I truly, genuinely admire and is inspired by is Tracee Ellis Ross, a woman who breaks the mold and the boundaries that society has, conditioned us into believing that women should be, especially with ages and deadlines, as if once you turn 40 or 50 or 30 even, that there's an expiration date on things, on your life, as if your life is over. But I don't believe in that. I don't want to believe in that. I don't ever want to limit myself into that belief system. And I don't think you should either. Well, now you're probably wondering, with this information, what do I do? How do I move forward? How do I learn to enjoy and love my solitude? Well, it starts with you. It starts with small actions. It starts with enjoying a cup of tea at home and listening to the sound of the wind and romanticizing every aspect of your life as if you're the person you're going to spend the rest of your life with, because, well, you're the person you're going to spend the rest of your life with, and you should enjoy your cup of tea alone, and you should love it, and you should feel good, and it should taste good, and you should enjoy the breeze, and the sun should feel nice on your skin. It's about taking pleasure in every single thing around you and molding it into your own personal world. You are the main character of your journey, and not feeling broken or in despair when others leave. It's really harder, well, easier said than done, to say that I love my solitude. But little by little, with small steps and small actions, eventually you will start to believe it. And if you tell yourself something long enough and you act on it, it becomes a routine, it becomes a ritual, and eventually becomes who you are. I mean, if it is so easy for us to say that I hate myself, or I hate being alone, or that I am lonely, imagine how it is when we shift our verbiage and we shift our self-dialogue and we start saying, I love being alone, I love my solitude. And you fill it with things that makes you happy. You fill it with little hobbies. You go to the grocery store and you have your headphones on and you're listening to your favorite playlist. You're bathing and you're listening to your favorite songs, and you're taking a bubble bath and reading your favorite book, and you're applying your lipstick and enjoying the depth of the red on your lips, and you're feeling and enjoying your nice fresh sheets in the comfort of your bed that you don't have to share with anyone else who snores or doesn't. This is no jab to anybody who snores, by the way, but I'm just saying, to just be completely in your own space and have the control and the enjoyment of being alone. That is a blessing within itself. That is absolutely magnificent. Well, now that you know solitude is an art form, you can begin today. You can begin enjoying your inner dialogue. You can begin enjoying every small step, whether it's as small as going for a walk or taking yourself out to dinner alone, or taking a trip that revives you. Stop waiting for others. Stop waiting for the perfect opportunities, because life is exactly what you make it. And I guarantee you're gonna love every single experience, and the more you do it, the more easy it becomes for you to be and enjoy your solitude. You are not flawed, you're not broken, you're not something that needs to be fixed, you're not somebody that needs to be seen by anybody other than your reflection. And within seeing and accepting your reflection, you start learning how to love her correctly. And I'm proud of you, and I'm rooting for you, and I hope this found you well and resonated. Until next time, my friend, this is Néïka Marie. Goodbye.